F1 23 career mode. I'm excited for it. We're going to be doing my team. Single player, don't have anybody with me this year, but going to try to do my team and do more with it this year. Going to try to do more videos and go longer into the season and try not to just have the series die out for a little bit. But we're going to start off with a newcomer and yeah, excited for it. Gonna do a head create the custom season, and I'll show you guys that after I pick all the races. So here's gonna be the schedule that we're gonna end up running. We're gonna start off here in Bahrain, go to Baku, Imola, Canada, Austria, Belgium, Monza, Texas, Brazil, and finish her off in Las Vegas. Only gonna do 10 races for this first season, and I'll probably up it to 16 in the next. But yeah, that's going to be our schedule for at least the first season and 10 races. Assists, these are going to be my assists for the season. Difficulty, going to set it at 100 and leave it. Not going to touch it. I hope they're quick enough to kind of not be us passing a ton and being up front and fighting with Ferrari or some of the mid-pack teams, but hopefully that's okay. We're going to do one shot and 25% race. We'll do 35. Well, we'll do short, and then during the season, if I want to change it up a little bit, maybe we can extend it to a medium, but we're going to do short for now. All of this stuff, I am going to up the AI to increased and leave ours to normal. So that kind of give us something different to fight for. Player faults, we're going to go low and standard. All this stuff I'm going to leave. I'm going to do increased safety car, red flag, standard, formation lap, and safety car experience. I'm going to do immersive, so we're going to drive. Pit stop as well. Going to do immersive. So I'm going to have that set up for that. Flashbacks, I am going to limit myself on the flashback. So going to have those on because I know I'm not the greatest driver, and then standard for the damage during the races. All right, use my team icons. We're going to click on that, and I'm going to go ahead and do all these, and when I get to the motor and all that, I will cut back to it, but let me go ahead and do these real quick. All righty, character, where we're from, the U.S., obviously my name, audio name, we're going to be as Maverick. I like Top Gun. And then driver number, we're going to be number 50, since there's no 05. 50 is, actually, no, we're not going to be 50. We're going to be 5, since 5 is open this year. Going to be 5 instead of 50. Alrighty, let's jump into the team details. Team name, let me think for a moment. Gonna go with McLeany Motorsports. Just kind of rolls off the tongue pretty nice. We'll see about changing it later. Alright, let's see. Gold bonus, finish 8th or better. Earn 15 Constructors Championship points. Looking at the signing bonuses, only $2 grand more for this one, so that's not gonna overcome it. And a little bit more for that. That's just useless. Finish 10th or better, so just beat one group. I think we're gonna go Exenon, and I like their logo, so give us the most.
Obviously, the greater the performance and durability, the better. But be careful about spending all our cash. We're going to have people and facilities to invest in as well.
All right, so
suppliers will also provide upgrades throughout the season free of charge.
alrighty, so trying to figure out what I want. Ferrari has the good performance, but I'm not for sure how much durability we're going to be upgrading. I've been thinking about Red Bull. I really don't want to go Ferrari. I either want to go all on it. I don't do much on the durability side ever with anything. So I think I'm going to be with Mercedes. Give me a moment. Let me try to decide here. I'm trying to think. Shoot. All right. So I think I'm going to go with the Mercedes. It's only one less on the performance other than Red Bull, and I'm going to try to focus on aero and chassis this year. And with the durability, me not changing it much, I'm just going to go straight with that. Get a lot of the durability. Performance may not be up there, but I feel like I can upgrade that and get that going. So I'm going to go with Mercedes.
We're not much of a team without a second driver. Let's sign a teammate. Here are the drivers interested in joining our team. Look at their stats and pick someone you think can get us good results, as long as we can afford them. We renew contracts periodically, so you'll have plenty of chances to sign someone else should the need arise.
Alrighty, so looking at all of our drivers options, we have Theo Porcher, Enzo Fittipaldi. I like the Focus. I'm really looking at Focus. That's something that really do need to look into as well, even if the ratings aren't great. I think I'm gonna go with Enzo.
Looks like
Is a little bit more expensive,
Go ahead and confirm if you're happy.
but I think it'll be pretty fun doing it. So that is gonna be it. We're gonna be set for season 1. This is gonna be our team. We're gonna go with the Mercedes powertrain. Get that durability. Performance may not be there, but I'm excited for it. So McLaren Motorsports, Exion Dynamics, Mercedes Motors, and Enzo Fittipaldi. Fittipaldi, whatever.
Let's create the livery we'll be running this season. We can add more sponsors to the car as we sign them throughout the year. And don't worry, we can edit our look at any time from HQ.
Alrighty, I'm gonna mess with this real quick, and I will see you guys on the other side.
New year, new drivers, new team. Welcome and great to have you with us as we move far away from the paddock to the headquarters of the newest outfit on the Formula One grid. We've been granted exclusive access with an interview not just with the team owner or the star driver, but both. Because for the first time in modern F1 history, the team owner is behind the wheel themselves. Now is a great time to bring a new team into the sport, particularly off the back of such compelling competition last year. 2022 saw huge regulation changes, and it was Red Bull who came out on top in the development race. But that was last year. This year could be a very different story. Let me tell you, this facility is an absolute hive of activity, and there is a palpable sense of excitement around the car they've built. Quietly, they truly believe they can challenge at the top, and they've had the time now to craft a hugely competitive race car. But theory is one thing, and taking on the brightest lights in motorsport is quite another. So how does the owner of F1's 11th team feel as they prepare to be thrust into the limelight of the F1 circus? New driver lineups, Qatar returns, Las Vegas debuts, and the engineering race continues to push the sport and the drivers to new heights. What are they aiming for? Most excited about? Most nervous for? Well, soon we will meet them to find out. But first, let's take a look at the brand new car.
Here she is. I really, really like her.
Well, hi. Thank you so much for having us. Great to be here. I'm going to start with the question that everyone is asking. It's been a long time since we've seen a team owner drive their own car, and a lot's changed since then. The sport has really evolved. So how are you going to manage the responsibility of doing both roles?
This isn't about me, it's 100% about my team.
And tell me about your teammate. They're clearly very excited to have signed with you. What do they bring to the team?
Well, it's about finding the right fit for our team, and hope that Theo does
Tell me
that.
about the work on the car. It's clearly a blank canvas. You've done a lot. What have you prioritized?
So here's our first real question on what we want to be kind of maybe cheaper and a little bit better for us. I'm going to try to do chassis, aero, chassis, aero. So chassis balance is incredible.
Now, there's no getting away from the fact that your competitors have a huge amount of Formula One experience. You are a total newcomer. Tell us where you see the opportunities to make those vital performance gains.
decreasing drag. That'll help with our aero department.
Now, ultimately, your success this season will be determined by whether you can take positions from other drivers. Where do you believe this car has the edge?
I'm also going to throw one. That's not
With
what I
so
meant.
many disciplines
Our
and
powertrain
experts
department.
working
Okay.
so closely
So
together
I guess we're going to have
at
2 aero.
HQ, who gets the coveted teacher's gold star? Who are you most proud of as the first race edges ever closer?
I'm going to throw one for powertrain just to try to get their confidence
could
up
talk
as
to you all
well.
day. Thank
Our
you so
durability is
much for your
good, but
time.
going
I
to
bet
focus
that
on
you'll
upgrading
have
those,
plenty
and hopefully
more
the power
still
doesn't
to
go
do.
too
All the
expensive.
very best for your inaugural F1 season.
Alrighty, now that we're into it, we have all of our meetings and things like that. Let's go ahead and throw some of this together. I think driver's training would definitely help us a lot. And aero and chassis, gonna do that. That'll fill up our whole week. So that part of it is good. Powertrain, that's what's gonna be started. So should be okay on that. We're middle of pack. Not, well, a little bit higher than what I thought, actually. So that's pretty good. Our durability is insanely high. So that is good. Let's see. What is our recommended upgrade? So they're thinking if we do a floor, that would help. I don't disagree. So I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do with our chassis department. 40% failure chance. What about one of these things? This 40%. Pistons 30%. So we can get some pistons in before the first race. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. It's only 500. Try to get that in before the first race. That's something different. So you guys saw the vehicle or saw the car. So looking forward to that. Let me try to find that. Enzo Fittipaldi, and then the driver's market. So a little bit later on, hoping to sign one of these guys. Looking at Jensen down there, I like him a lot. So 4 million on the driver's market. Don't have that kind of moolah right now, but maybe we could sign one of these other guys. That might be pretty cool to do. But Felipe, Theo, Nick DeVries, a lot of different guys. Our finances are breaking just about even here, so trying to do as much as we can. Car livery, let me go check that out. Gonna actually throw on the sponsors logo, so it's not just a Bear car, so let me do that real quick. Alrighty, so we got it all over the car now, the new sponsor, Exion. I think that's how you say it, but it's on the car. Now it looks like a real race car with the sponsors on it, so that part is cool. So let's jump back into it, and yeah, I'm excited for this. So the standings at the very bottom, we're looking to gain a few, and let's just get through this week and head into Bahrain. So first one is going to be driver's training camp and all that. That's cool. Weekly resources, that part of it as well. Aero and chassis focus, sweet. Pistons, please.
We had a major issue on
Nope.
the production line earlier this week, so the entire development package for the weekend has failed. Any redevelopments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
Hey, they're going to come in on race day, so that part is actually pretty cool. That I'm excited about. At least there is that. Man, not good. I tried to get them up on the morale, and that's not letting us. So that part of it sucks. But we do have a little bit, 35% failure chance. They're not feeling good. Our deal is not good at all right now. So going to try to actually get these upgrades in and try to... Nope, capacity is full. So never mind on that. Anything for the aero. A little bit cheap. Maybe a little bit more for an upgrade. No. This is a little bit. So let's just try this. If we don't get it, then we don't get it. After practice, we'll see about possibly another upgrade or changing that. But let's just head into race weekend.
Just the person I wants to see. I'm Andrea. I'm the head of R&D for the team, so get used to hearing a lot from me. Your workstation's set up and ready for you, so get settled in because we have a lot of work to do. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And welcome to the team.
All right. We are set for first practice. Go through all of our messages real quick. Should be a clean race. Development, all of that set. First practice. Looks like we're ready. We've got some upgrades coming in hopefully soon. But power and all that looks like it's our best department. If you have a few minor upgrades coming, maybe be ahead of Alpine by the end of it. But we're going to go to first practice. I'm going to just skip through it, do a few of the practice things, try to get the feel of this game, and see what we're able to do.
Morning, mate. Mark here. Just want to say once again, thanks so much for making me part of this team. There's a huge number of talented people as I look around this garage, and I cannot wait to see what we can all accomplish together, including you. Our journey to the Constructors' Championship starts right here.
All right, I agree. So we're going to go through it here. Free practice tutorials, practice programs, and car setup and tires. Let's look for one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the race strategy right now. Going to try to figure out a setup. I don't know what that is or, you know, anything about this game. So I'm going to try to do a bit of that. And I will see you guys out on the track and when I'm about to do the program. Alrighty. Race strategy. Let's go out and see how this thing feels. Oh, this thing looks so cool. Oh, it feels so cool. Already maxing out the top speed. 206, that don't seem too quick. Well, speed trap doesn't seem too slow. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have fun this year. This thing is a lot funner to drive than F122. I like this. I'm having fun. Alright, first run on the race strategy. Car really did feel good. Once I got comfortable with it, got the hang of it, it felt really good. So I'm excited for it. We're going to go ahead and do the tire management now. Then for the last one, we'll do qualifying pace and try to send it. But this one, we're going to go ahead and do tire management.
This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex.
Sounds good to me. Simple enough, we'll see. Alrighty, so after the tire management, it actually felt pretty good. I felt like I managed the tires in a lot of good places. I don't get how on the straightaway it's bad, but you see we climbed a decent amount, got to the perfect part just at the end there, and I mean it felt really good. So we were in the purple, which is what we needed. We needed more resource points, so now we're going to jump into the qualifying pace and try to get 5 for 5 on that. But qualifying pace, we're going to see how quick this thing really is. Alrighty, time for some qualifying time. Let's see what we can do here and see if what our pace is going to be before we actually jump into qualifying.
Okay, this is a quali...
Well, that's not good at all.
But I'm afraid we didn't get what we needed. We're gonna have to...
Alrighty, so on the qualifying pace, not what we wanted to have happen. That was not good at all. We didn't make the time, didn't qualify better than 15th from what the simulation said, so not good on that one. I'm going to try to do another practice and see if I can get it there. But yeah, just difficulties up, so not going to be able to do it. We'll see if I can get it in another practice, but yeah, qualifying pace, we'll see what we are on the weekend, but yeah, gonna end off this practice and head into the next one. So our development boosts are combined acclaim, good on that. Getting a bunch of acclaim, that's what we need, especially for our startup team. All right, so we're loaded in and ready. Setup, I'm going to keep as what I had in it previously, not with the changes that I had. Going to keep the wings up. Going to go to 50 on the brake bias. And I want to try it. We'll see what we can do See if we're able to stay with these guys, and if not, then I don't know. We're going to need to find something for the race, but let's go out for qualifying and check it out, see what we can do. Machine gun shift all the way to line. 13th, it seemed like. 13th. Okay, so really not too bad from where I thought that we were going to be. We started out lap 22nd, ended up 13th.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Verstappen, Russell, and Sergio Perez. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Definitely, and we end up 13th, so not too bad on our time sheet. 13th, our teammate ended up 19th, so you're kind of seeing where the car is for the AI and things like that, and you're seeing it where it is with me. So right on back of Valtteri Bottas, and only 0.3, or less than a tenth, or just over a tenth from 10th place. So we might be fighting for the points here. I like the difficulty. It's all set good, but we're going to jump into it and try to run the race. All of our acclaim jumping in. Perfect. And we're level 2. Just what we needed. Into the race weekend preview. Number 1, Max, Charles, Sergio. But we're looking at all this stuff here, looking at the R&D, what we have all ready and going to come in. I think I'm going to leave it for now. Don't want to overload it. I don't think if we even have enough points to put more in. I don't think that we even have enough unless we go with a little bit more durability with this. Well, it's cheap, so I don't see why not. If it's cheaper right now, let's just go ahead and do it. Get it out of the way, just so that it's kind of going. What would be the recommended upgrade? It looks like pistons, so that would be where we're going to try to upgrade here. Our difficulty, or our car level, doesn't seem to be as low as what it may seem. We're driving it at about where it should be, and our teammate just isn't right there with us. So I think we're out driving our teammate for now. But as he grows and gets better, I think we'll be set for that. But it's going to be a 14-lap race. Let me check real quick. I'm really considering it's a little late now, but 14 laps seems a little short, so I might up it, especially for next race. But yeah, let's jump into the race. I'm excited for race number 1, F1 23 career mode. Let's see how we roll.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Ocon, Stroll, Gasly, Bottas, Maverick, Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, Joe, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Fittipaldi, Albon, Sargent, and Nick de Vries. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as once again we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
All right, so we're ready for the race. I'm going to do a voiceover when the race starts and we get going. Just be a little bit easier on me, can focus more about the race. But race strategy wise, looking at it, looks like we have two options. I'm going to go with the soft to medium on this one. Just make it a little bit easier on ourselves. If we end up lengthening that, no, it's a little bit longer. But I think with the way I like to save tires and how I save tires, it really don't go too well. So that being said, I'm going to put in the setup and do the formation lap and we'll be ready. Alrighty, so this is going to be my setup for the race. I'm going to do 36... excuse me. Alrighty, so this is going to be my setup for the race. Going to do 36-35 on the front wing, or on the wings. Try to get some more stability during that middle sector and hopefully just DRS or staying in the draft kind of keeps us down the straightaway. I'm going to go 56 and 54, just kind of from a guide I looked up. This front camber, try to max it out, get as much grip as possible on it. Ride height, get the rake. I wanted to go a little bit higher just in case on that. You can't just run 50% brake bias anymore, so going to run 55 for the race. And then because the front left tire pressure ends up building, since it's a right-handed track, it builds more. So lowered that to try to keep some wear into it. So I think we're set and ready. Let's go ahead and start this one. Alrighty, so here for the formation lap, doing a little bit of a voiceover, but yeah, formation lap, this was a lot of fun to do. Driving around, trying to get the temp of the tires. You see the practice start while the tires are cold and all that.
Any technical issues coming off the practice starts? Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want you to bog down.
But you can hear that. Trying to warm up the tires, going back and forth, trying to warm up the tires as much as I can. And the formation lap, something cool that they added last year, and I really like in this year. It's something different. You're able to look around, try to warm up your tires, do what you want with your own temperatures. As you see there, me checking in the bottom right. Trying to get as much heat into the tires and brakes. You can see that they're blue, so trying to get more into the fronts. You'll see me go back and forth here, trying to get some more heat into the front tires, just not able to there. But by the end of the formation lap, we were able to get it and just following Bottas. Started 13, as you guys saw from the field rundown, but 13th, pretty mid-pack here, but off of the final corner. And we're going to the grid. Finally, everything's all green, looks all good, and we're ready to line up and get going. Only 150 meters away, pulling into the box, try to get as close as we can, and we're ready for race number 1 in Bahrain.
Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
Five red lights, clutch engaged. 5 lights are on. 5 lights are off, and we're green from Bahrain. So we get a really good start here. Don't spin the tires too much. Looks like Gasly spun the tires and bogged down a lot, but we get a really, really good start here. Get to the inside line. Thought about going to the inside of Norris, but thought better of it. Now we're 3 wide with Bottas and Zhou Guanyu. Around the outside of both of them there, and we make that move stick. Now we got Ocon behind us, and you see trying to build that gap in front of him, but Ocon going to be right on our back bumper heading through the first few corners and trying to stay with Norris for these first few laps. Into sector 3 here, not close enough to have a dive. Obviously the first 2 laps, the DRS isn't enabled, so we're just trying to stick on the back bumper of Norris and stay ahead of Ocon and Bottas because after the good start, don't want to lose that. We're inside the points right now. We're going to get 1 point for where we are, so not trying to push it too much harder, trying to still fill this thing out, see how it races, see how the AI races, but right on the back bumper of Norris, trying to stick with them as we go through the final corner. There's our first lap complete. First lap of the season complete. Gained 3 spots from it. Already completed lap number 1. Here into this sharp right-hander. Thought about having a dive to the inside of it. Didn't want to overshoot it, but kind of have a dove in there. Didn't mean to, but was just being a little bit cautious. And now as we get through here, just got to get a good run on the exit to stay with them, and we do. So here through the final corner, I knew that we weren't going to be able to make too much of a, big dive or anything like that, but just trying to stick behind them, and with DRS opening this lap, ended up working out pretty good for us. You see we have a run on Norris here. Thought about going to the inside, kind of fake to the inside, go around the outside line. Ended up liking this outside line in turn 1, but then Norris had a dive on Stroll, and then with them being side by side, we got DRS going to try to follow Norris through, but we're going to make it 3 wide to the inside line. Right behind Norris, and we're going to try to go for a 2 for 1. We're still 3 wide through here, but barely able to make that move work. We gain 2 spots in 1 corner, and we get around Norris and Stroll. Down this front straightaway with no DRS. Norris has the DRS. Tried to stay a little bit lower, but he's got the DRS. Draft and overtake using. Got all the momentum, trying to force him to the inside line, then bail back out to the outside line. Going to do a little bit of a crossover, try to set this sucker up. Now we have DRS. We're going to try to go right around him. Not going to be able to, but we're on his back bumper. DRS enabled, back to his inside. He's going to fight hard around the outside line. He's really aggressive on the brakes, but through the corner, able to hold it to the inside. And as the next corner is a right-hander, he bails out, so able to defend that position for right now. So the next lap in turn 1, Norris wasn't as close as what he was, but already looking at what lap we were going to pit, try to remember. So between lap 7 and I was looking at the tire where I felt the rear grip start to go, and you can see there with it being 13% or 23%, it was starting to go on the rear tires. So I knew it was going to be sooner rather than later to come into the pits, and you see that little wiggle there. It was definitely getting pretty worn on them rear tires. So here at the completion of lap number 5, entering 6, you see I'm just watching the temps and all that, trying to manage it. Norris kind of stayed just behind us about 0.5 of a second, but you see that little loose in second gear here on the soft tires. So the soft tires are starting to wear, which the later and later that we get into the series, the better we will be, especially with the upgrades and things like that. But kind of managing the gap between Norris and trying to keep the tires underneath us. But you see that rear end starting to step out, so that's one thing we're going to have to kind of acquaint for the setup heading into the next race, and just kind of remember that there at Baku, being a short or a street track, that's going to be a little bit different. But having fun so far here in lap 6 with trying to defend Norris and keep the tires underneath us.
Okay, gap to the car ahead is 4.8 seconds.
So here, Jeff, I think it's Jeff. I know that they changed him last year, but our race engineer saying that we have a 4.8 second gap, 5 seconds now to the Ferrari. So any hope to catch them, we would need a safety car. But you see Hamilton in the pits, he's pitting, and we're going to come in this lap. But passing Hamilton, that moves us up 2 spots from where we were, or a spot from where we were, getting to P7 with Norris and Stroll still behind us. But doing as much as we can to stick in front of them here as we're going to come to pit road, do a push lap as hard as we can, and come to pit road this time. Machine gunning through the gears through the final corner, but this is the lap where we bail the pit road. Gonna come down, take some medium tires, hard on the brake, tries to get it slowed down before the pits, and we do. So stop time, manual and everything, coming in for some medium tires. But you see how worn that they were in the bottom right, really worn, 36, 37 on the rear tires, but a good stop. Pit crew got to be quicker than that.
An issue attaching the right rear wheel. I know it's
So
not
right rear
ideal,
was
but it's time
down,
to put that
Norris
right
got
so
around
now
us,
get
and
back
I don't
into
think that
this
we had the
race.
pace to stay in front of them or catch them. So 4.7 pit stop, not what we need from the guys, but good pit road. As we exit, we're going to come out P17, so deep in the field, obviously still more cars to pit, but coming out 17th with Norris back in front of us, not what we wanted to have happen. So speeding up a lap here on lap 9 through these corners, you can see how much more grip that we have on these fresh medium tires with just the same distance the race left, but I mean, you can see the grip wide open now, getting it to rotate all around, not even close to the edge. So all the way around it,
Okay, the safety
and
car
we
is
get a
out.
safety car.
is out.
So
We need to form up at
we
reduced
get a
pace.
safety
Keep a
car,
close eye on
something
that
that we
Make sure to keep
needed,
positive.
but could definitely change the game. The rest of it, you see Verstappen on the outside with the fastest lap of the race. Verstappen off, so that's another spot for us as he was in front. So we moved to P8 here, but on this start for the restart, we're going to be in 8. So this could be really, really big here when we get back running. We're going to have 2 or 3 laps left when we do. Oh boy, this could get fun. Alrighty, for the restart, we lost 2 laps on it, but through the final corner, pace car's off. We're racing back here at Bahrain. Good start for us. Use the overtake as much as we can here on lap 12. So 3 laps to go. We're going to have a look to the inside of Norris. Lost the overtake. Stopped using it, but we're going to go to the outside of Norris and have an outside dive around Alonso. We're going to be 3 wide and get around the pair of them. And that moves us into the 6th spot. Now we're going to try to chase down Sainz in the Ferrari and chase down these 2 Ferraris in front of us, but the 2 behind are going to have a big charge. They're going to be fast here on these newer tires. They had the pace before. We'll see if they're going to be aggressive and try to get around us, but what a start from us around the outside of both of them into turn 1. Now we just got to maintain this gap and try to finish 6th. 6th would be a great finish for us in our first race. So heading into lap 13, you see the Ferraris in front of us battling really, really hard into the corner. Leclerc defending hard into that final corner, and that's going to slow the pair of them down now. Going to block once again. Sainz going to have another dive. Leclerc on the harder tires, so he's not going to have the grip, but he's going to try to fight it around the outside line. But with these 2 being side by side, here we come. We have an opportunity to get 4th here. And in DRS range, we don't, because it hasn't opened up. So Leclerc just going to have that speed, try to get around them both. Doesn't look like it, but we're going to rotate really good. Sainz going to spin the tires a little bit. We're going to have a dive here. Make it 3 wide. Try to take the pair of them into the S's. Slow down. We're still side by side with Leclerc. We're going to clear Leclerc around the outside line. Now let's see if we can stay with Sainz through this middle sector. All over his back bumper, trying to stay with him as close as possible on the same tire. There was a yellow in the middle of sector 2. Nico Hulkenberg, he's gone out of the track and gone off, but we're battling here for P4, so not even worried about that. Trying to look at the tire wears. We're going to have a good run here down the front straightaway and completing our penultimate lap onto the final one. DRS is going to be enabled here on the final one. We're going to have a look to the inside on Sainz. I back off to make sure that we get DRS for this next straightaway. He throws a block to the inside line. We fake him out. We go around the outside line, and we're going to have DRS, but it looks like we're going to clear before it, and we move into P4 after the restart. Final lap. Can we defend Carlos in a Ferrari in our first race? Through this middle sector, just got to be nice and easy with it. I didn't think that we would be able to catch Hamilton, especially on the soft tires. Him being only 1 second in front of us, but I was more worried about them behind more than us getting our first podium in our first race. But what a wild race. We're going to ride on board with this whole final lap. 14 laps on the restart. We went to 4th. Can we get Hamilton? Trying to run him down. Have the DRS. Good through the gears. Overtake. All the way through it. Don't need the rest of it. Can burn it all off here. Can we get close enough? Hamilton's so smooth on the line. Our car's just not as good as that Mercedes. Clearly we're as good as the Ferraris right now, but we're trying to do the most of what we can through these final corners. Hard on the gas. Overtaking all 7/10 of a second. Into the final corner. Gonna have a dive. Aggressive into the final corner. Rolling the throttle. Not gonna be enough, but P4 in our first race in F1. What a race.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
But they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Well, Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. So let's review the drivers' standings. George Russell takes the lead in the Drivers' Championship after today's superb result. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
I have to give it to Maverick. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, that was insane. There was a lot going on there. So Max got a DNF, finished last with the fastest lap. So no one actually got that extra lap bonus. Enzo, our teammate, finished 17th, but somehow we climbed all the way to 4th. We gained 9 spots. You guys saw it from the, let's just go to the replay or the highlights while I talk about this race. This was insane. I don't really know what I did. I just got a really good really good start and just kind of took off. Everybody else got a slow start. A lot of cars got slow starts in front of me. So I just went to the inside and just kind of dove it to the inside. Didn't really think twice about it, and just thought, you know, it would be the best option for us, and that's what did happen. A little bit of contact into one. Tried to stay off of everybody as much as I could, but getting that run around the outside line, it kind of checked everybody up on the inside. Then I was able to get around them, moved myself into the 10th spot, and I was trying to chase down Norris in front of us, but the restarts were crazy. Then this battle right here between Norris, Stroll, and me to the outside of Norris. And then Norris had to look to the inside, so I was just going to try to line him up for the straightaway with the DRS. Just was cautious, waiting, patience. Look to the inside. Try to squeeze as much as we can. Thought about getting back in behind him. Through turn 4 and 5. We're able to clear him and move up to 8th. Nice crossover here from us on Norris. This move was pretty cool. Got the DRS and just kind of drove back around him. Didn't have to do too much with it. but that one was a lot of fun. Then here for the restart, everything was going on right here with this restart. I was really nervous about it. I haven't done a restart in the game yet, so was still trying to figure out how all that worked out. But it was a lot to try to handle. But once I got the hang of it, once we started rolling, I'm like, I'm going to try to gain as many spots as possible. So the restart went. Mercedes with a 1-2 at this point as well. That's interesting. So they're going to have some speed this season. But so on the restart we go, trying to get back into it, try to use the overtake as much as I can down the long front straightaway, try to stay on the back bumper of Norris. Had a look, thought better of it, went to the outside line, then went around Alonso because I messed up that corner, went around both of them around the outside line in turn 1. We made that move stick. That moved us up into the 6th spot, which I think we drove a lot better than what the car was, or the difficulty was a little low for me personally. But that was the end of it. We didn't even get to see the 3-wide battle between us and the Ferraris, but that was a insane race. We finished a lot better than what the car was. Let me know too if I should up the difficulty. I'm really thinking about it now after that race. The restart really did help. We should have finished 8th or 9th, but the restart helped us a ton. So I mean, that's probably where we're going to finish, was just inside the points anyway, but this helped out. So, let's go back to the factory and jump back into the HQ. I did want to look at this. So, with the Ferraris in front of us battling, we were able to catch them. Drove it on deep into the corner, tried to stay with them as much as possible, got the DRS just barely, and then it was on. I mean, I didn't look back. We had a run on them. I didn't look, saw that they were going to go 2. Stayed behind them. Then they ran a little bit wide right here, got a little bit sideways, and I just stuck the nose here, trying to do as much as I can. Then 3 wide through here. Yeah, this was a little bit scary. Trying to fit 3 cars in one spot. I was very careful, trying not to wipe the field out, but I was on the curb doing the best I could to try to avoid it. But I saw an opportunity and tried taking it. So this battle was really good. I'm shocked that move worked, and I was just on the defense, but try to stay off him the most I could. Get around the outside, then to the inside of Carlos Sainz. Carlos right here on this straightaway. They're on the front straightaway. That's where we made our move and got around him. I knew I wanted to save my overtake all the way till the end, so I backed off here. Knowing I could have had a run on him, but I backed off to try to keep the DRS on us, and then just was patient with it, went around the outside, got the DRS, and it seemed like the outside move worked. He got a little loose there, that's why. And then just couldn't get on the throttle like we could, and it was off from there. So a great race. We had a little bit of front damage, so I don't know what that was from, but not too bad there. Car was fast and a lot of fun to drive, so let's head back to the HQ. All of our acclaim and our monies. Money. Total of 1.1 million. Good little cash bonus there. Figured for finishing 4th we'd get a better payout, but all right. Not bad at all with what went down there. Let's see. Aero building, chassis department. I'm going to do actually both here while we have the chance. And maybe not the durability because we're just upgrading those. And our durability on a lot of things are pretty good. Second driver focus, that, and sponsor defense. Well, I'm not going to actually end up doing that. I know that kind of sounds weird, but I'm not going to do an upgrade just because it takes away from all the others. So, going to do that. What we can do is look at some of these upgrades. So, trying to figure out what to do next with it. With these, because these have a decent amount of money to be put into it. Our powertrain is already upgraded, so won't be touching that anytime soon. But Trying to figure out how it all works. Still kind of confused on all that. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. See our upgrades. McLaren and Alpine were quicker than us there. Morale on the motor stuff is a little low. And all this stuff, pretty much everything that we can upgrade is set to upgrade. So we can't upgrade anything more. We're all done with upgrades. Can't do any of that for right now. R&D, you can see we're set with that. So we're hopefully going to have some upgrades before Bahrain. But what a first race for us in Bahrain. A crazy one. Really, we were not that fast to finish up there, but the safety car came out at the right time and then just made some passes and got around everybody. So pretty good. That being said, got 12 points, fourth in the standings. I will definitely take that. That puts us P4 in the constructors. But what a wild one for the first race. Let me know in the comments. I'm really considering it now. Just upping the difficulty 1 or 2 clicks. I might just go to ultimate, just 101, and just up it just a little bit so it's not as, you know, I'm gonna go 102 on it. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm also going to do approximate just to give a little variation in it. But I like our assist, our career settings. I liked all that with a AI getting more than us. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. The safety car was different. I had a lot of fun with that. That was pretty cool. But yeah, this I'm excited about a lot here. But one thing to look at, Max Verstappen, Supermax there in 20 seconds. So next race, he'll probably be having more points than us and have 25 points under his belt. But we'll see if he's able to come back. But Mercedes leading the charge with 40-point lead. And George Russell with the first race win. So that's cool for George. But what happened today, I can't even explain. Got lucky. That's the most I could say with it. But no, I had a lot of fun with it. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, leave any comments or what you guys think. If you guys want me to change something with the settings or anything like that, let me know. But if not, I will see you guys in the next one in Baku. And I'm having a lot of fun. This game is a lot of fun. So gonna try to do more and having a blast with it. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. See y'all in the next one. Goodbye.